This is pretty soft.
Yeah. I guess this is the Experience Podcast. We have a couple... Well, I guess it's just one new person. Nathan returns.
What's up?
If you guys remember,
Go Bills, big win today.
Yeah. If you remember from the previous NFL podcast, we're doing kind of a part 2, and he brought a friend.
Yep, I'm Taylor Gardner. Born in Canada, moved to Atlanta when I was 10. Big Falcons fan.
He's a big CFL fan.
Go Argonauts.
One more Blake will be on in 15 minutes or so when he runs across campus. We're recording during the Sunday night game this week. It's on NBC, of course, with the sponsor. It's Bears Rams.
NBC is a big sponsor for us. So.
Yeah, NBC is a big sponsor. We love Peacock. We're watching the Bears Rams. Nathan does not have high hopes.
No, I think it's going to be an awful game. Also, this is the final nail in the done chain coffin. Like, whichever team loses this game, they're just fucking done.
Oh,
like,
there's playoffs? I don't think Chicago's made it.
Well, dude, there's kind of a chance.
Neither of these teams, both these teams are like...
But they've looked really good recently. Kind of like how the Falcons could go 9-7 because they've looked amazing the past 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, Dan Quinn is like scraping away for his job.
Well, dude, I think that's a big part of it. I think over the bye week, the players realized they're kind of playing for Dan Quinn's job. And so that kind of locker room mentality has really helped.
Yeah. I think it's a loser goes home game because it doesn't even have to do with playoff implications. The fact of the matter is, whichever team loses this game, it's confirming that this season was terrible. That they have nothing to play for. Yeah, I mean, it's confirming for one team or the other that you got to go back.
I think no matter what, both these teams have to kind of restock in the off season.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were just talking about it because before the game, they show a little infographic. Both these coaches won Coach of the Year, and that's like a curse.
Yeah.
It's just not been looking good.
That's why Belichick never wins it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Has he never won once?
No, he's won 2, I think. He won 1 for 2007, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he won 1 more for like 2011, I think.
Okay.
But, so he's won 2, but
he should win it every year.
He's been there 19 years. He should have won at least, maybe, I mean, conservatively, he should have won like 15 times.
But I do think they kind of hold it now for young and upcoming coaches.
Like Kyle Shanahan is kind of the early favorite.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But it's also like, if what Belichick's doing, no one cares because that's just what he should do. Right? Like, he can only...
But he should do it because...
Yes, but he can only get... Like, I'm saying, yeah, I know, but like, he can only get, like, disappointing Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
He can't even get, Best Coach of the Year.
Well, it's a Z-score thing. Like, he's never going to exceed his expectations so highly because the expectation is already high.
If he doesn't make it to the Super Bowl, then he has failed.
Right. Whereas Matt Nagy shows up with the Bears. The Bears have been terrible for years.
Yeah.
If he wins 10 games in a season, that's an easy Coach of the Year win.
He won 13, so...
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I think Sean McVay has enough credibility and staying power that they can lose this game and have a down season, and he stays with the team. I don't think that's the case for Matt Nagy. I think if they lose this game and they, finish the season the way they've started it,
I think both coaches are pretty unfireable at this point.
No.
You think Matt Nagy?
I think Matt Nagy's...
Is it Nagy or Nagy? I never know.
Nagy.
Nagy. Do you combine them?
Let's go with Matt. His name's Matt.
Yeah, his name's Matt.
Matty N.
Do you guys know about Matt?
Yeah. Anyway, I think he's very fireable.
I don't know. I don't think they got rid of him. I think they know that it's number 10's fault here.
Well,
that was a weird play fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was slow motion.
Trubisky, it's obvious that it's his fault. He never closes his eyes. He's always got his eyes wide open.
That's the opposite of Jameis. Jameis always squints. So if you combine them, then they would just have perfect vision.
Then you get Mariota.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just...
That's good. That's a good call.
I mean, maybe it is up to Matt, but...
We were talking about this earlier. Do you know the third quarterback drafted in that draft with Jameis and Marcus Mariota?
Was it Dak? Is that the year?
No.
That's the wrong year?
Yeah, wrong year.
That's 2016.
Oh, wait, maybe that is the right year. But he wouldn't have been... He was like 4th or 5th round.
Was it Russell Wilson? No, that's way too... what year is it? Can you give me the year?
2015.
2015? Yeah, I guess that really helped me.
It was not a big draft.
It's kind of a joke. We don't know either.
Yeah.
No, I knew at some point.
No. Dude, it's some no-name. He played for like 1 season.
It's like if you scroll through the Wikipedia of who got drafted that year, you're just like bust, not a big name, bust.
Well, even not even non-quarterbacks.
Well, yeah, the Falcons took Vic Beasley, who's been atrocious.
Well, he was good for 1 season.
1
He
season.
was good for 1 season.
And he's been okay the past couple of years, but he hasn't any. Let me
We're
see.
paying him $13
Ooh,
million.
Eddie with the shank.
Ouch.
That's too bad. I'm a big Eddie supporter over here.
Let's see.
Big Eddie
Next
guy,
quarterback
everybody knows that.
taken.
Well, it's because I saw him at Florida.
Hmm.
Do you know that story? He was the walk-on at Florida.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and the game that I went to was against South Carolina that year, and he hit a 54-yarder.
Oh, damn.
It was psycho.
Yeah, Garrett Grayson.
Right, Garrett Grayson. That's right.
Yeah, the next quarterback, it might have been Sean Mannion. He's still in the league.
Yeah, he's Kirk Cousins' backup.
Yeah.
Really valuable role.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bryce Petty, everyone's favorite.
What an awful draft.
Yeah.
Next one, this is just quarterbacks, obviously.
Speaking of Minnesota quarterbacks, I have a fun stat.
Brett Hundley.
No Vikings quarterback has ever started back-to-back 16-game seasons in the history of the franchise.
That shocks me.
Kirk Cousins.
You can he's about to.
Yeah.
If he gets through the rest of the season.
He doesn't get hurt.
But I feel like with so many franchises, it's so easy to just name off anyone.
Right.
So many franchises, that's true for the person they have starting right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even like the Browns can accidental their way into.
And here's the thing, I would be excited for the Vikings and Kirk Cousins that they now have their guy, but Kirk Cousins just reminds me so much of a Matt Ryan knockoff in like the sense of he's good, but he plays in an era where everyone's good.
Yeah.
But I still think he's actually good.
Well,
Matt Ryan was the original version of that, and so I don't want anyone to like Kirk Cousins because I think they still haven't given respect to Matt Ryan.
I think the big problem with Kirk Cousins is the paycheck, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, obviously.
He isn't playing that well. On the flip side, Russell Wilson, who's in this commercial right now, he's the highest paid quarterback, makes the most money, and yet if you look at statistics that value players versus their contract, he's still the best bargain in the league, which is insane when the highest paid player is the best bargain.
It's like Mahomes, who's making $4 million.
Well, okay. Obviously, the stipulation was
on
an actual contract.
Non-rookie contract. Yes. Okay, second contract. Okay.
I mean, he's one of those guys where if any team was offered to re-ink that contract with him today, they would still take it, in spite of the fact that it's the largest in history. I mean, he's fulfilled it, and I always knew he was good, man.
Which is crazy when you have teams like the Jaguars that give Nick Foles a premium because they want him to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
They give him a leadership premium or whatever. They're like, we want the big contract so people know
that we think you're good.
That is a thing, though.
But no one else wanted him. Even the Dolphins were like, you'll pass.
Well, I had my doubts about Nick Foles playing in a uniform that didn't say Philadelphia
Eagles. He was okay today.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
One game, obviously. And,
well, okay, we're saying he was okay today, and they got shit on by the Colts.
Come on, this is a real play.
Yeah.
I was like, are you watching a
fumble?
I thought we were watching like a replay or something. But no, it's a
Gurley fumble?
Gurley fumbled? That's good. That's a...
What a sad decline. I mean, when Gurley came into the league, he was spoken about as like, a modern running back who's going to be the elite of the elite for years. And ever since the injury going into the Super Bowl, he's facing low
injury problems since college. Like he's always had bad knees. It's not like a new thing. It got worse, obviously, and he had other minor, nicks and bruises. Mm-hmm. But
I also think that maybe we can correlate the Rams' downturn with Gurley's injury.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it. If you look at how the offense ran for the past 2 years, but so much of the offense
ran through. I read an article. I'm not going to quote it because I don't remember which one it was. But it's like some scouts from other teams are like, McVay is just lost right now. Like they acknowledge that he's he's really I gotta go pick up my friend. But talk about how like Sean. I'll be back in a second.
No, I heard that too, and I think that's kind of fine. Sometimes coaches are searching for a team identity. I don't know if he's lost. He's still really good at calling offensive plays.
Yeah.
It just hasn't been working because I don't think he has all the tools at his disposal that he's expecting. Or at least he doesn't have a proper evaluation of those tools.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, speaking of improper evaluation of tools, I think there are two reasons that Sean McVay is not doing as well. One, I know he joked about Coach of the Year being sort of like, a blessing and a curse at the same time, but I think the reality is when you're this groundbreaking coach in the NFL, everyone's watching your tape, and everyone's saying, how can we play our offensive football like that, and how can we play defense so that we stop football like that?
Yeah, I assume McVay will fix it, but right now he's kind of in a situation where he has to...
Well, and I was going to say, his second mistake was that he's, basically sold the family farm in order to get players for right now.
No, that's not him necessarily. It might be.
Their next first-round pick is in 22? Is that right?
Yeah,
No,
well,
they
who do you
don't
think the
have
general
that
manager looks to when he's asking about, what player
obviously.
would be good
Anyway,
for offense,
we returned. Blake just walked in.
Yes, hello. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Blake, this is Nathan and Taylor. Nathan was on the last time we did football, and he brought a friend, so...
Cool.
It's a little party in here.
It's a little party in here.
It's always a party.
We were just going through... we're watching Sunday night game.
Opening that candy reminded me that your friends fucking ripped off my idea, dude. They did package opening ASMR, and that's bullshit because last time I was on here, I came up with mail opening ASMR. No, after that podcast that I was on, your friends did package opening ASMR. So, not cool.
Wait, who? Wait, what are you talking about? Oh,
I think Ainsley.
Ainsley did that?
That was my package.
I like how you know our guests. That's pretty good.
Yeah, obviously I'm listening.
That's good. Anyway, like this, Nathan was worked with me, and he's much better at the Lounge tutoring than I am.
Oh, okay.
We're doing Lounge now. We're calling it that.
Lounge?
Linear algebra, Lounge.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm starting it. Blake just had a test on Friday.
Oh yeah.
Went well, I assume.
Yeah.
Wait, are you in 53 or 54?
53.
53.
Okay.
Blake's Burgess. Anyway, Browns look like they're headed for another. Bears look like they're headed for another 3-and-out. Same thing now.
Wait, do the Browns and Bears have the same record?
No. Browns are 3-6. Or I don't. Do they play today?
No, they played on Thursday. I thought. Are they 4 and 6?
4 and 6.
So they're about to have the same record.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, Blake, we were talking about how this game might be just the worst game this slate.
It's sad because the Rams were so exciting last year.
And Blake loves the Cowboys, doesn't he?
That's gross.
Big Cowboys. He loves Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
What?
No!
Big Michael Gallup guy.
Our freshman year, Georgia Tech beat Dak Prescott in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, like 44-20 too.
That was an awesome game.
That was also before Dak Prescott was like a thing.
Well, he was kind of a thing earlier that season, though. At one point, there was like
What was that?
people. Never mind. Nobody cares about that.
Are you from
No one
Texas?
cares. Yeah, he's from. Yeah. He loves Wade Phillips too. That's why.
This is an insane call.
They're going for it on 4th and 9.
Yeah. Wow.
That's some classic Nagylytics right there.
That's. I was gonna say I don't think the
And
analytics.
they
On 4th and 9.
They would have had it and he dropped
The
it.
analytics only say to go for it when it's like 5 or less. Right?
Dude, I didn't say analytics. I said
Nagy.
Nagylytics.
No, we don't. Oh yeah, but we don't.
That's
know
a different
We
breed.
don't know how to pronounce his last name. Do you know? Is it Nagy or Nady or some combination?
I have no idea.
Natty
No one
Lytics.
knows. I guess if you're saying analytics, you have to say Nagy. Alright, we're going to talk about the next player that comes on the screen here. Last time we talked about Russell Wilson, it just popped on the screen. Yeah, finish the candy because we're
Okay,
running out.
I'm working.
This has been like a 3-week project for you.
I know
Did a lot of trick or treating.
No, just every time it comes in the recorded podcast, I have the candy bowl. So
Wow.
Yeah, you have actually eaten quite a bit since I was here last, though. Or at least it's gone somewhere.
Yeah, who did eat it? Maybe it was Tam.
All right, let's make fun of you more for being a Cowboys fan.
Cowboys are okay this year.
Well, you have the major benefit of being in probably the worst division
That's
in football.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
especially
the
the Eagles lost today.
Mm-hmm.
So they're 5-5,
Yeah, Eagles
And
5-5.
6-4 are the Cowboys.
6-5? No, wait a minute. I don't know. I try not to get too connected to the Cowboys because I know they'll always just let me down.
Well, Jason
good call.
Garrett.
That's really brave of you. I wouldn't risk anything. 'Cause that might hurt one
They're
of
kind of
the
a puzzle this year too.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, lost to the Jets and then destroyed the Eagles like 2 weeks later. So
It can't. Yeah, they're a tough thing to figure out.
mm-hmm.
We're watching the Trolls 2 trailer now.
Seems like a really good movie.
I think it's Trolls 2, right? Yeah, the offense is still like #1 in DVOA, right?
Yeah.
Cowboys, which is confusing.
Here's the thing, though. Their coach is Jason Garrett, and he really blows.
Elliott looked bad again
and he's
today.
not about to get fired. So.
He is so good at clapping, though.
Yeah. Well,
Second best clapper in the league behind Sean McDermott.
Ooh. That's a hot
I
take.
don't know.
No, Sean McDermott's definitely the biggest clapper.
I don't watch enough Bills games. We don't get into this market.
I
or
think.
any market.
Well, what solidified Sean McDermott's spot as the best clapper was last season. When things went to shit, especially when Peterman was starting, he would throw a pick six, and Sean McDermott showed no disapproval. Just claps all around. Big clapping guy.
I don't know. Peterman didn't start last year. It was 2 years ago.
What?
Last year was all Allen, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, the first game was Peterman.
And the second game,
Okay,
Peterman
yeah.
started.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Same 5 starters.
Yeah, it was like 44-3 or something.
Today?
No, the week 1 last year,
yeah,
Bills
yeah.
Ravens.
Yeah, the Devontae
Holy
Davis.
shit, it was awful.
We have another classic Sean McVay boot left. I don't know what the play's called exactly.
One thing I'll admit is I try not to be too much of a homer. I hate when there's a pretty obvious call in the field and people get upset because it goes against their team. But the thing that always blindsides me
Blindside hits.
well, Bills quarterbacks, dude. I thought Peterman was going to be the guy. 5 years ago or whatever, I thought Jeff Toole was going to be the guy.
Yeah.
I just always want to have the guy. Yeah, you remember him?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, he was drafted.
He was not the
Garrett
guy.
Grayson hang out together.
Right.
It's like, who was the third quarterback drafted in the 2015 draft class? So you had Winston and Mariota, #1 and 2, right?
I can't keep that so straight.
Yeah, #3 was Garrett Grayson. The Saints.
There's no way anyone knows that. The team that drafted him. Oh shit! I forgot we did
even
that.
the next quarterback was like Sean Mannion. Like,
He's bad.
yeah.
See, I'm the same way with Falcons draft picks, where we'll take a guy and then like a year, and I'll be like, wow, what a coincidence that everyone the Falcons drafted ended up being friggin' awesome.
The Falcons this year. I was talking to my dad about it the other day too. Like, they have 8 players that take up 80% of their cap or something, right?
Julio, Matt
Ryan,
Freeman.
Freeman.
So that's the offense.
Deion Jones, right? Their linebacker.
Yep. And
Ricardo Allen.
Grady.
Yeah,
Grady Jarrett.
Grady Jarrett. Desmond Trufant, is that the one? Or is it Marcus?
Yeah. Desmond
Whoa,
Trufant.
Trufont's still on his rookie contract.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Oh,
He's
re-signed
like
him.
old, dude.
Yeah, he's like 32.
30. Yeah.
No
He's so
way.
not on his rookie
Yes, he is.
contract.
he was drafted over 5 years ago.
Yeah.
He was drafted a while
Holy
ago.
shit. Yeah.
He's old.
Are you sure you're not thinking of his brother?
Let me
He
pull
got
it up.
drafted early in high school.
Let me pull it up.
When we were in high school.
Oh, okay.
Desmond Trufant.
Also, Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley's making $13 million.
Desmond Trufant's
this year.
29. He got drafted in 2013. 29. So he's on his second contract.
That wasn't that far off.
The point is,
Nice.
the Falcons just have completely mismanaged their cap. They're in like negative cap space next year, right?
I don't know how you can say mismanaged. We're the hottest team in the NFL right now.
I know, they are the
Obviously,
hottest
things
team
are
in the
bad.
NFL right now.
To be fair, we just listed 3 extremely critical parts of their offense. I know Freeman hasn't
Yeah.
lived up to that contract,
Freeman, they
but I
have to
mean,
cut. But they can't re-sign Hooper. That's the issue.
They'll cut Freeman and Vic Beasley.
Vic Beasley. Well,
Yeah,
no,
for
Vic
sure.
Beasley out.
Then they'll trade Trufant.
Trufont's pretty good though.
Yeah, this year.
But it's like, oh, they have 8 players signing up 80% of their cap, and it's like, oh, just the 8 most important people on the team. Like,
yes, but still, you can they make so much money.
I know.
There's other teams that better manage their cap.
We
Look,
should
look at the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Doing a great job with Dak Prescott.
And
Their decision is just don't
not
pay him.
really.
Don't pay him and just
They're
pay
like
Elliott.
about to pay the crap out of him, and it's gonna wreck their entire roster.
No, Elliott kind of. Elliott looked bad again today.
Yeah, though people are really like locking down on Elliott, and it's opened up the passing game a lot.
Yeah, I can't believe the numbers that are putting up. The 200-yard receivers, 300-yard receivers last week.
For 444 or something today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is third 400-yard game this season. Like, holy shit.
Well, they have to do that because again another boot right.
Nope.
Is that picked up?
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, if you get a bunch of messages from
They
people,
threw it right
don't
into
worry
his
about
gut.
it. That's just me. I don't know. I had to call Jonathan. I was like, Jonathan, what's the deal?
Well, I appreciate your concern for me.
He's
Dan,
very concerned.
as you.
So that's 2 turnovers by the Rams in the first quarter now. Bears defense really
Yeah.
keeping them in it.
One turnover, 1 fumble, 1 pick. That was a bad play.